Hello, everyone. Very good morning and good evening. Welcome to our new chapter of Game of High Flyers. And today we have with us Mr. Tushar. So let me give you a brief introduction of Tushar before I jump my gun to Tushar. So Tushar is having around 6+ years of experience. So he has worked into the companies like HP, and he has worked into the different companies. And he was having a very good domain knowledge and very good business knowledge. He came to us during January 2023 to SastraGeek. And I have a one-to-one career counseling session with him. And then from there, he has started learning with the SastraGeek solution. He has done our SAP S/4HANA Sourcing and Procurement Mastery course. He has done Job Hunt Mastery course. He has also learned Activate. He have also been part of the internship programs which we do. And during this learning, I have seen that Tushar is having a rapid progress. He has learned the things very fast compared to others. And meantime, we are also having an internal requirement in SastraGeek, and he joined as a trainee to SastraGeek in January 2023, and we absorbed him as a consultant within the SastraGeek itself in April 2000 during April 2023. Now, almost for 1 year, Tushar is working with us as a consultant. So I think that would be a good time. He got a good exposure as a consultant, and then it is the right time to have this success story done. So, Tushar, with this brief introduction, I would welcome you to the Game of High Flyers show.
Thank you so much, sir. Thanks for inviting me, first of all. I would like to mention that the success stories have been the major source of motivation for me during the initial days. So I'm like very excited to be a part of this and be able to share what I have experienced in the short time that I've been a part with SastraGeek. So thank you for inviting me.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you for your presence, Tushar. So, Tushar, I have just given a brief introduction, but we would love that if you can tell your story. What kind of struggles, what kind of achievements are there in your career journey, and then how you landed as a SAP consultant. If you can tell your story in your words, would be great.
Sure, sir. So basically, I would want to start with that I completed my graduation in 2018. I am a BE graduate in mechanical engineering. So I completed in 2018. I've done my engineering from Bangalore. So I've always had this exposure to IT field, software engineering, though I have a background of mechanical, but so I always wanted to explore the other side of what I have already learned. Mechanical engineering is something that I had the passion, but I didn't want to continue working in the same field over the period of my career, like 30 years, 35 years. So that is when I wanted to explore the other side. So I felt, because in college, generally we get placement calls and all of those things. So I started attending those placement interviews. So one of the interviews I got placed in Hewlett Packard Enterprise. So basically that was the first assignment given to me into IT field, I would say. So that is how it started. Um, I would say during that time, I was a bit confused because, as I told, I am a mechanical background, now into IT. I was a bit of confused whether how do I take my career forward. I was also trying to explore the other side of the world, that is business. I was trying to work on those things. But then ultimately, what I decided is that I continued with Hewlett Packard. The first assignment that I received with HPE was into implementation of Salesforce for a particular operations reasons. So I was into the pilot batch there. So basically, what we did, we helped the entire process to be designed, in the sense giving our feedbacks, whether how we felt working on those processes, and we had a consultant from Salesforce who had joined us, and he was taking us through these screens and explaining us what is it, how do we process everything. So that is where I felt that this guy has a good knowledge of something. I mean, this is something he is very good at. And then he also used to share his experience with me, that how he travels abroad, he
Mm.
travels to different countries, and he gets to meet such amazing people, gets to work with such amazing businesses. And that is when I felt that, okay, this is something I would really want to, I mean, try. And I remember that since my father is also an engineer, so he also used to talk about SAP because it was getting implemented in his I mean, wherever he was working. So I always knew about SAP from childhood, kind of say, because I used to talk about it with my father. Also had other family members who were in the same field. So I wanted to explore other things. I wanted to, as I told, I wanted to look into the business side. So 3 4 years went on into just trying out things, deciding on what to go ahead with. Because I believe the initial days of your career, you should keep calm and not be very, say, in a hustle mode, that okay, I want to do everything, I want to do this, I want to do that. Be calm, take your time, explore everything, and then decide on the one thing that you want to do for the next 30 35 years, because that is the thing that is going to change your life, that is going to give you the monetary benefits. So a lot of things happen. So that is when I um, decided that okay, because SAP is something that requires business knowledge, business process knowledge, and it also needs technical sense, kind of a technical sense in the sense where you need to configure a lot of things. You have to have the idea of how data table works, how a lot of things works, right? So the mixture of the both, uh, when someone has the knowledge of business
Mm.
and the technical stuff, I feel that person is the best person to be recruited in any company. I mean, you'll be the best paid if you have both the knowledge, because companies are looking for such people. So that is when I started looking for, I mean, exploring SAP even more. And I was searching about SAP and I found about you, that success stories are going on. I was trying to look for some motivational videos because it's very, I mean, toll taking on you, that when you explore a lot of things. So I started looking for motivational videos, and that is how I got in touch with SastraGeek. So that is how I started, and yeah, so that is how we met, and it's going great. I'm really happy to be a part of SastraGeek.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Tushar. Your wording about your story takes me 20 years back when I started my career as a mechanical engineer, and I never thought I would end it up in IT. But as you said, that initial few years you need to be calm and you need to search which you want to do it. There also I found it out that okay, this is something where basically business process knowledge and IT can be combined together, and this is the area where it is niche. And I also would like to thank you, few of the people at that time, like I mentored you, they mentored me and they guided me that what kind of opportunities can be there. One of my friend, Vikas Singhal, he introduced me to SAP, and then one of my senior, Badal Vishal, he was working in Accenture. I contacted him that, okay, I'm a mechanical engineer, but there are something in IT. I'm hearing SAP, what function consultant does, and then he motivated me a lot. And that's how I figured it out. Okay, this is the thing I need to go for it. And then I started my career with SAP. So yes, it's very important thing you said that the initial few years stay calm and try to find it out where you want to go. Because what I also feel when you are studying, you don't have exposure to the outside world. You don't know many things. You are whatever the curriculum is taught to you, you are binded to that. So you think that machines are your life because you are a mechanical engineer, but the life is bigger than that. So initial few years, try to explore, try to understand the things, and then try to find it out that what works for you. So that's very good message you have given, Tushar. So Tushar, I would come to the second point and the major point where a lot of people struggle. Okay, one thing is that you have mentioned that very clearly that okay, now SAP you want to do it. Second thing, I always suggest people to select the correct module for you. And you have selected a module sourcing and procurement, right? So how you came to your final decision, okay, this is the SAP module I want to learn first and I want to get my career started.
I would say this kind of happened by chance because, see, I had a background with mechanical. So mechanical had subjects like process operations management, then
Mm.
process specific subjects. So that kind of aligned with MM. Then also the kind of exposure I had during my initial assignments with HP and other companies, that also gave me some of the exposure to logistical specific management and service management, all of those SLA specific management. So kind of is in line with MM. So that is how I decided that okay, to start at least I should start with something that I'm comfortable in, I would say, or I understand the jargons of that specific field in a very easier way. I mean, I don't have to explore a lot. Maybe I'll have to explore a little, but not a lot. So that is how I uh, planned my road for the next role in SAP. I felt that if I want to start, I should start with something where I'm comfortable. So I chose MM. And I know that while I was researching about SAP, I realized that one module is not what you'll be doing throughout. I mean, you'll not be the expert of only one module, and that is now how it works. Even if you want to be, you the companies will make you do something that you'll have to explore the other module. So basically, the point was that okay, start with something you're comfortable in, because getting into the field is the toughest thing. We all know that freshers don't get job. There is a dilemma, and all of those things are there. But yes, it's somewhere true. Also, freshers do find it tough to get the job. So why not increase the probability by choosing something that's you are comfortable in. So that is how I decided. So yeah.
Yeah, so that's very good, and that's the message also I want to convey. I've seen a lot of people, they just see that in the market कि sir job opportunities सबसे अच्छी किस्में हैं, which has a lot of job opportunities, which has a lot of salaries. Tell me that, and I always tell people you pick it up any module, any SAP module, people call it good and bad. You'll finding that there are 10 to 15 or up to 20% of the people, they are paid more than the 80% of other module people. Right? So it's very important that because SAP Function Consulting is not IT. Although
Mm,
it's we say that we are in IT, but it's not IT. It's a pure business analyst job
mm,
where your functional experience, your business experience matters a lot. So wherever the domain knowledge you have, which domain knowledge you have, we need to select a module based on that. As you selected, you was aware about the jargons and the processes which is there in sourcing and procurement or MM, and that's why you selected. The same way I suggest to all the people, try to find it out which domain you are in, which domain you are interested in, and try to find a module for that. And you have said a very good thing that there would be multiple modules you might be working when you start the career, but the first module you need to select one. And then after that, when you jump into it, you have always opportunities to jump from one module to another module. So that's good. One key question I want to ask Tushar to you. So I have a lot of students, okay, and when it came that we have opportunity and we want to offer someone, your name came on the priority. The reason was that we have seen the way you have learned within 2 to 3 months. You have learned a lot of things. You have shown a lot of rapid progress in the learning. Business process side you was knowing, and SAP you have adopted very quickly. I have seen you have completed the assignment, share the things over the LinkedIn. So we have seen a rapid progress for you, right? And that's why we have offered you as a one on the top to get the offer letter from us when the requirement was there. But I've not seen in all of the students the same pattern. Many students are able to convert, but they are taking more time. And but you think you have done the things very quickly. So I would like to know that how you manage and how you have made sure that you are motivated well enough to quickly learn the things.
Um, that's a very good question. And actually, sir, a lot of people, because I got connected with a lot of friends during getting trained with SastraGeek. I know that a lot of them have not been able to cover up the course they joined for. So I have only one suggestion for people who want to do it faster or want to accelerate their pace in learning in this field. Um, when we join, when I joined SastraGeek, obviously I joined for a reason. I wanted to get that guidance, and joining those live classes that you manage for us, I have understood one thing, that whatever your suggestions are, it's life gets easier if you just follow what's being suggested by your mentor.
Mhm.
I mean, you don't have to break down things. Okay, if I do this, what will happen? Your mentor is already suggesting you to do it. So just follow it. I mean, it was so easy for me. I mean, you suggested that, okay, when you are attending live classes, be very, you make us type in, voice clear or not. So you make us keep us attentive in the class.
Mhm.
Now, if I want, I could have kept the phone aside. I could have like slept for 15 minutes, then woken up. So I wanted to make sure that, okay, if sir has said that be attentive in live classes, I have to be attentive. Ask your questions, because that is why you have paid. That is why you have joined. So why are you not asking questions? I mean, doesn't make sense to me. You ask question, it gets even more easier for you to understand a very complicated topic, because someone who is already experienced is explaining you this. So I opted a certain process. I'll be very frank. I decided that whatever live sessions I'll be attending, I'll be very attentive. I'll be asking questions, whatever the stupidest question if I'll get in mind, I'll just put it in the chat, ask you directly. That is one thing I followed. The other thing was the recorded videos, the self-paced videos. I believe, I know you, I'm not sure whether you'll agree to this, but I believe recorded session videos should be used to make notes, and the live session videos should be used to be very attentive, understand each and every word the mentor is saying, because his experience, he's sharing the in-depth in-hand experience that he has already gone through. So understanding each and every word is very important. Be very attentive, note down those points which he makes. So that is one thing I followed. So live sessions I kept for, understanding the mentor's point of view, and the recorded sessions I took my time, laid back, like made my notes. 1 hour video I used to take two and a half hours to watch because I was parallelly making notes. So these two tactics I kept. So this way I could cover the live session videos, and with those live session videos I was able to revise with the recorded videos. So two things were happening in the parallel. So it ultimately helped me with the pace. So I would like to suggest that.
Okay, that's a very good point. That's take me back to my experience with the trainings and the learnings. Uh, we are doing these experiments almost for 7 to 8 years in SastraGeek. Before SastraGeek registered, I was giving the trainings with my name. But in 7 to 8 years, we have done a lot of experiments, experience. Almost 3 or 4 years back, we decided that, okay, we have done so many sessions. All the courses are there recording. It takes a lot of effort for me and the trainers to come live in the morning, evening, leaving their project work, and then spend times. Everything is recorded, is there. If somebody wants the recorded sessions, they would be able to go through it. So we started selling recordings without the live session. But then we figured it out. The success rate is very less. Only with the recordings, people take the recordings and they are not able to complete it. Then we became like Udemy, where you take the courses,
Yeah.
500,000 रुपए में इकट्ठा कर लो, complete कुछ किया, right? So then I said that I have not started this company to sell the courses. I started this company so that we can make a difference in the people's lives so that they should be able to get a job. Then we analyze it is very important to make sure we keep people in a discipline and motivation. So I try to understand, drill down the things that what make people successful in their learning. Because when you do something with the organization, you have a monitoring, you have a control.
Correct.
When you do your own initiatives, you don't have all those things. So it's very important that we put people in discipline, we give them assignment, we monitor them, we track them, and we motivate them. So these things are very important. And that's where we said that, okay, we, as soon as someone join, give all the recordings, but we understand live sessions are important. It will motivate them, and it will also put them in a discipline mode so that they should be able to complete within 3 months of period what they have taken for. Otherwise, it takes years, years, and years to get
Yes,
the things
yes.
done, right? So that's where we started the live session. You are very right. The only basic things why we do the live session, although the content which is there in the recorded session would be always more than the live session, is to make you disciplined and make sure that you are motivated to complete the things. That are the two things. And now we have added more armors to the features. We understand monitoring and tracking would be important. Now we have added two recently this month, we have added two more products. One is the mentorship. And now you can go apart from I am giving mentorship, the different trainers are giving mentorship. They are reviewing your CVs. Every week you can book your mentorship session. The only thing why we put it the mentorship to increase our control on the monitoring and pushing the people so that
Yeah,
they use
makes sense.
and you go into the mentoring session and then mentor track you what you are doing and he push you to get your CV prepared and to get it shared, or if you are getting stuck in your trainings, just to monitor you and then push you by giving some targets. And then we have also now starting with the mock interviews. You can go online and book mock interview sessions. All of these things we are doing to so that the success rate can be increased. People like you should be end up after getting a knowledge into a job. So yeah, that's very rightly you said. The way you have used it, actually, we created those things in for that manner only. Okay, that's good. Now, one of the quick things I want to let you know, I want to ask from you. Now you're working almost for a year in a consulting job, right? So what is your feedback for a consulting job? How is the growth and how is the learnings? What do you think?
Um, so basically, I joined in April last year. So I I'm not sure if I should call it whether I was lucky because I had put in a lot of hard work. So luck plus hard work. I got into an implementation project for a very big firm. I mean, obviously, I cannot name them. So initially, it was doubtful because when I was offered, um, I myself was not sure whether I'll be able to take such a huge responsibility because I had only started for 3 months. I joined SastraGeek Mastery course in January, and it had been only 3 months, and I was like still exploring, still learning, still in that zone. But then I got this opportunity thanks to you and SastraGeek, obviously. Then I was doubtful enough. I I was offered a very decent salary, and that didn't uh, put me in a situation that whether I should take it or not, because that was not the thought. The thought was that I should get some project because I know how tough it is for someone who's new to SAP. I would not say freshers, but freshers obviously, yes. Even someone who has experience and is trying to switch into SAP, it is quite difficult for them to get into an implementation project as per se. So that is what was the main motivation for me when I joined SastraGeek, that I am getting into an implementation project. And I have a suggestion for a lot of people here, because even on LinkedIn, I'm active because you suggested that LinkedIn is something that you should always I mean participate in and be very active and grow your social networking. So I have gotten this question that, okay, I'm getting this offer. How much will they be paying? Okay, that's very basic. Okay, they'll be paying this much. Why? So my suggestion to you, or to anyone who's a fresher or who's trying to switch in the field, is that don't look for the salary, at least for first couple of years. I mean, you shouldn't, because you are first of all getting a chance to manage something which is very critical, which is not given to people who are new to this field. So if you are getting a chance, be thankful in that sense at least. Uh, Take it in a way that you have joined a college in US maybe, and you are paying, instead of paying, you are getting paid for learning something. So, I mean, what other best situation can it be for you? So more than that, you should not be asking it. That is what I felt, and that is how I even accepted the basic offer, the decent offer, because I was getting paid more before because I had 4 years of experience. But then still, I decided to go ahead with the salary that I was offered. I was, I'm still shocked. I'm still in that zone that okay, how is it possible? Uh, Within a year, if I calculate, it's like around 200% growth in my salary that I was offered initially, which I was not expecting at all. So maybe that is the kind of growth and potential this job offers, this this field of SAP consultancy offers, because once you gain the experience will be the one that will be paying you, because that is how you are, I would say, um, tallied around in companies that okay, this person has worked into this project, these many implementations, this many process knowledge he has. That is when you'll start gaining the monetary benefit. So initial days, don't look for the salaries. You'll be shocked once you actually have the experience that what kind of upside this job can give you. So we all join with this mindset that okay, I want to grow, I want to have 100% growth, I want to have 15 lakhs, 20 lakhs per annum of salary. I mean, fine, that will happen, but given everything during the first 2 years at least, and don't expect a huge growth in your salary. It will happen if it has to happen. You'll have the knowledge, it will happen. Yes.
That's good. That's also I always suggest people. They also come to me or the LinkedIn. People are asking for 2 years of bond, and the salary is also first salary is not that good. I always tell the most important thing in your SAP career growth is getting into a project and taking some experience. Because in another jobs, after taking some experience, your salary increases in percentage. In SAP fields, when you get the experience, it get multiplied. So in SAP, it will be getting multiplied. So that's how because it's a niche area, but you will have to learn because their clients and the people are not interested, not very interested in the new people. So when the company is giving chance to a new people, they also need to invest a lot from their side. So there can be a bond, although we have not put it any bond for Tushar, but there can be companies who can put a bond, and this is not very bad for you if you are starting your first job. Once you have experience, 2 years, 3 years, nobody would talk about bond. Everybody would just talk about what hike they are giving it, because you have proven yourself in the field. You are speaking in the interviews. Your experience is spoken, and the confidence is coming to your voice. That's where basically people also would be able to rely on you and would be able to offer you the positions where you would be able to create some benefit for their clients. That's how the increase and the growth will come. So you'll have to be little patience with your first job. Okay, take it like after a course you're doing another learning of 1 or 2 years. As Tushar said, that
Yeah,
it's almost doing equivalent to doing a very high level education course, learning
yeah.
having a 2 years of experience in SAP. And the consulting experience is very important. How do you handle the client? How do you handle your stakeholders? How do you handle the communications? Apart from
Mm.
technical things, you need to learn all of those things. Although we try, and I will take a feedback from Tushar, we want to make sure that when we create people, we create them, they are very ready for getting consumed in the market. So beyond SAP trainings, we have included programs like SAP Job Hunt Mastery and implementation exposure. We have created the internship so that people would be ready so that they can get consumed into the projects. Okay. And I think Tushar, you was also being part of Job Hunt Mastery and internship. And I think by the time you're doing internship, we already pulled you in a project. So you was not able to complete internship in that way, but that doesn't matter. You're already in job. But what is your experience? Whether Job and Mastery program was able to help you in your job um, for
Mhm.
consulting a company?
I would say, sir, one of the major points that differentiates SastraGeek from other training institutes or even the SAP authorized institutes is this product called Job Hunt Mastery, because this is something everyone is looking for. They would not know that this is what they'll eventually get, but when I talk to people, they always say that, okay, I want to get trained by someone who is experienced in industry, who has the knowledge. How do you define? How do you, I mean, finalize the whether the person has that knowledge? Once you join the course, you have given the money, you have done everything. You don't know whether, I mean, that person has the actual knowledge, or is just went and sold you the course, and now you just have to watch the recorded sessions, and then um, you'll be very disappointed. So the biggest difference, in a positive sense, this product is something that I know you have created with a lot of, I mean, years of experience, years of efforts. You have always iterated. I mean, you have improved it in like every 6 7 months, every year. You have put in a lot of things, have a lot of effort, and that's obviously seen in the product. The thing is, during my uh, interviews, when I was like trained, 3 months of training, I still hadn't I still had no understanding of how the projects work, or how the client handling happens, or what kind of questions a consultant should be asking the business to understand their side of business processes. So those kind of questions I was not able to find anywhere on the internet. Even if I tried to search like on YouTube, you'll not find someone who's experienced enough to, or has the time enough to explain or make a video out of it and give an explanation of whatever experience he has been through. So this product had everything planned properly. It was from start. It explained how blueprints works, how basic things, how basic jargons about the project, how Activate works, how what are the phases and everything, like very basic to the functional testing documents, everything. So this includes, gives an overall understanding of how a project is initiated and how it is concluded. So I believe during the interview times, I was looking for this, and I was like so thankful that I had this in my bucket. That okay, I can go through these videos just with a click, and whatever doubts I'm getting, I don't have to call sir. Also, maybe call you to give me those, because it's all there in the videos. I don't have to reach out to any experienced person, and nobody is gonna give me that much time to explain what doubts I have. So I feel that is the best product if you don't have the knowledge of implementation projects, but want to somehow portray that in your resume and during the interviews, because that gives a lot of content to you. I believe you should always, you cannot lie about your experience, but until and unless you have learned about it. So if you have learned about it, you'll have things to talk about during the interviews. You'll have things to put it into your resume. So that is one of the best course that I took, that other than obviously sourcing and procurement. So I think that course is universal for everyone should take up that course and understand how project works, because that's going to help you a lot in getting into a live project or an implementation project.
That's very good, Tushar. I also, when I created the program, I myself took 3 years, and after learning, I did education from SAP Authorized Institute, spending almost at that time 2.5 lakh rupees or 4 lakh rupees, and then not getting any interview calls and nothing. And then I try to understand that you need to be ready what market is asking for. Okay, so from a module knowledge, you need to go to a job, and there should be a bridge which can help you to cross it from knowledge to job. That I found it was missing. Okay, and I took myself 20 years ago 3 different trainings to cover this bridge. I have been trained in 3 different institute in 3 years. So I thought that why not to give everyone that bridge in a structured way, and that's how the Job Hunt Mastery has been prepared, so that once you get the module knowledge, this bridge helps you to take it from the module knowledge to a consulting job. So that's when we started getting, okay, the people are getting benefit for it from the course. Then I mentioned that, okay, if people are getting benefit for it, this is the right thing. Let's give it as a complimentary. Let's don't charge for that course. This is the most important course to generate value in the people's life. So we put it as a complimentary course. And when we saw more value, we started an internship program so that people can sit together and do one implementation project on their own by a different group of peoples. Okay, that's good. So Tushar, what would be your suggestion to all the aspirants? What are the key things they need to do so that they should be able to get converted as SAP consultant?
For me, it's very simple, sir. Learn, be very, very truthful to what you are doing. Give 100%. I mean, you cannot lie to yourself. Maybe you can lie to your boss, you can lie to your manager, but you can never lie to yourself. So at least don't be in a situation where you get up and feel that, okay, yesterday I could have given this much time to learn this particular thing. I couldn't do, okay, because I felt lazy. Don't do that. At least for 3 months when you are into the course, take that opportunity, be very attentive, be very active. I've seen people join courses, but they just keep it that way. Okay, they've come to consume the content. I mean, you find free content on YouTube. You can always go there, read on, you have books on SAP. I mean, if you want to just consume it, go read the books. I mean, that is not what you're here for. So be very attentive, ask questions, and networking is something which will decide whether you will be a successful consultant or whether you'll be a basic consultant. Both are consultants, but uh, a very successful one, so you have to have networking. I mean, you have to build that network in the field. So you always suggest, sir, that LinkedIn is something we should always be active on. We should share whatever we have learned. You suggested that I should be sharing the assignments that you give during the course. I've prepared those assignments. I've given those. I've posted those assignments over the LinkedIn. So that also helped me increase a lot of reach, and I didn't have to even, I mean, actively reach out to people. People themselves were coming out to me. They were sending me requests because they felt, okay, I'm sharing something which is useful. So that is one thing I would like to mention, that okay, networking is something which is very important, and you should always make sure that you connect with the right people. So that is one, and other than this, just be positive, be motivated, watch SastraGeek success stories whenever you feel low, whenever you feel dejected that, okay, I'm not getting the job. I'm sure that maybe it might take time, but if you put in all the efforts and at least follow these advices of your mentors, you will definitely get into a good place. Yeah.
Thank you for your advice, Tushar. And that also remember me one thing that I started asking people, telling people LinkedIn is a gold mine. I give people assignments, prepare it, get it shared on the LinkedIn, increase your LinkedIn presence. At that time, when I started doing and telling my students, my idea was that, I want to make them for next 3, 5 years, I want to make them at that level. Maybe today they are not getting benefits, but when they would be in the field, when they look for the higher and the good opportunities, then this LinkedIn would be very helpful. But even the LinkedIn surprised me. I came back, a lot of students came back to me and they said that the interview calls, even as a fresher, has been scheduled through the LinkedIn, and they were also converted into the offer. So the link from the LinkedIn, even the freshers was able to do it. I was thinking that when they get the experience, you need to build a network from now so that it can help later. But even for the freshers also, the LinkedIn was able, even if you ask me, yesterday itself, we have put it a post on the LinkedIn, we need SAP PP consultant.
Yeah.
We have a list of 100 people, roughly people who we have trained. We contacted everyone. If we need to send an offer, we prefer to give it to our students. But in the PP module, no one is available. Everybody is having 2, 3 offers and they are already placed. So we'll have to go outside. But when we go outside, we also prefer to go on to the LinkedIn. So that's where the networking would be very important. The LinkedIn would be very important. And another thing which Tushar said, that don't quit. Don't sit back. Keep yourself motivated. We are doing all these success stories, all the live sessions to keep you motivated, right? So keep yourself motivated and keep learning and make your networks, grow your network. That's the key things which Tushar highlighted, and I'm 100% agree with that. So thank you for that, Tushar. So Tushar,
Yeah,
the
I have
last,
one. Yes, sir.
go ahead, go ahead.
I have one thing to mention here, sir. I remember one line of yours that you always say, and which has stuck with me like throughout 1 year that I've been here. It's that you say that you might give up on yourself, but we will not give up on you. So that is what I mean, people during their initial days require. So, I mean, very thankful to you for all your guidance, all your mentorship. I mean, so, I believe without your help, I wouldn't have reached where I have reached. Yeah. So thank you a lot.
Thank you, Tushar, for your kind words. We feel we also need motivation, right? And these words which you are saying, and the people also send me WhatsApp messages, feedbacks, reviews, and those things actually motivate me to do better, to improve the things. So thank you for motivating me. So Tushar, what is the next game plan? What you are next up to?
I am in a very settled zone, settled in the sense in a peaceful zone. I am happy what I'm learning. I'm happy whom I'm with the people I'm working with. I'm happy the project, the kind of projects and the kind of pipeline projects I have. I mean, in my pipeline down the line I have. So I'm very happy. I'm gonna continue with this field. I'm gonna maybe I'm gonna gain a in-depth knowledge into what I am learning right now, and then maybe expand a little bit after a few years. So that is the game plan. And SAP is something that I mean, decided to do throughout my life, and I know it's gonna be a very good decision, and it's gonna prove me in the coming future as well. Yeah.
Okay. I need not to tell a lot, Tushar. Generally, I advise what you need to do, but I need not to tell because within SastraGeek, we have a program where we give you the professional targets and personal targets, which we have already given to Tushar, that how professionally he need to grow and how in what personal fronts he need to grow. Both kind of targets has been given. I hope, Tushar, you have already completed the book, How
Yeah.
to Make Friends and Influence People as a personal
Yes.
growth.
Yes, sir. That book actually, I mean, that book itself is, I mean, when you start reading it, you feel okay. It was written for you. It's very standard with principles given. Very, I mean, you can remember those principles. But the point is, you have to apply those principles. And as you suggested, I'm gonna consume it for like 6 months. I'm gonna take time, consume each chapter, apply those principles in my life. And yeah, it's helping a lot. Yeah.
Okay, so once it is getting completed, we'll get in touch. I have a next book ready for you for your personal growth.
Sure. Thank you so much,
Okay,
sir.
with that, we are ending our today's show. I hope this session, this success story which we are doing, the major motivation is to motivate you, to tell you that if other people can do it, you can also definitely do it. Okay, so don't quit. So thank you, Tushar, for coming, for showing up, for giving your time, sharing your story with us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, everyone who is listening to it. We will be coming very soon with our next chapter and with our next success story. Thank you and goodbye for now.